Yes, hello, welcome to the channel folks, and in today's video we're going to take a closer look at the Akira Trading Card collection from 1994. Yes, hello and welcome folks. This is Mod Extra Games and Collectibles. I'm Chris, and this is a channel all about my life and times as an enormous middle-aged man nerd who spent decades filling his house full of collectibles and likes to nostalgically relive his youth of the 80s and 90s through them. And in today's video, we're digging into the archive and taking a closer look at a trading card collection I started picking up in the 90s, the Akira Trading Card collection. Now, picture the scene if you will. A 14-year-old Chris has just watched the Akira movie for the very first time and had my mind blown. Everything about this film spoke to me. It sang to me. Disaffected youth railing against authority and raging against the machine. Images of dystopian futures, incredible motorbikes, action, adventure, a pretentious feeling as a teenager that I was getting some deeper meaning from it, and of course the animation that just turned my eyeballs inside out. It was incredible. I fell head over heels in love with it and started scooping up anything I could collect in relation to the film. I've got action figures, I've got statues of the motorbike, I've got little trinkety Kinder Eggy style things that I imported from Japan that are Akira themed. I just scooped up everything I could, and this was the meeting of two of my most favourite things, the Akira film and collecting trading cards, which is something I did quite intensively through the 90s, certainly as a young teenager. And so, what I'd like to do in today's video is just share a little bit of information about the trading card collection, take a nostalgic little look back at it, show off some of the cards that are really exciting, and then talk about my white whale, the one card that I have never, even today, 30 years later, not managed to get my hands on. So, let's get into it, shall we? The Akira Trading Card set was first published in 1994 by Cornerstone Communications, and a collection included a collector's binder, available in red or blue, clearly I've gone for the red, a core set of 100 cards, available at random in 10 card booster packs, some Chromium foils, and an assortment of promo cards, preview cards, and sparkly Prism cards. The little Canada here on his bike has got nothing to do with it, just a fun way of me blocking my scene. Let's start by talking about the core set then, the main 100 cards that made up the collection. And this was broken down into three subsections, the first of which, this bigger section, was the first 86 cards. And this mostly depicted key scenes from the film, aside from this first one here, which was just like the little kind of advertising card. All these kind of iconic, just super well-known kind of images from the movie. On one side of the card you had the screenshot from the film, and then on the back there the cards were numbered and included the little kind of storyline as it was unfolding, as the cards images were telling the story. So all these lovely kind of iconic images. There's the famous jacket, Canada's famous jacket. There's the motorbike. The gang battle highway scene. There's the street chase that concluded in the grotesque shooting. Here's a little bit more of the motorbike battle. Now, by today's standards, I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, certainly in person I can see it. By today's standards, the card images are not so great. Obviously, I'm looking at it with 2021 eyes now. Some of the images are a little grainy. There's some curious choices as to which shot from the scene to capture to communicate that part of the story, and a few of the card images as you go through don't really tell you visually much about the story unraveling unless you've read the kind of storyline info on the back of the card, or of course if you've seen the film. But certainly in the 90s this was the absolute height of kind of image quality there. And one thing I've always really appreciated about the trading card collection is that they've really managed to carefully curate key images that give you some part of the kind of momentum and energy and dynamic of the film as it's unraveling. So here's a great example there from Tetsuo's dream scene. But yeah, as you're going along, some of them kind of don't make sense unless you've seen the film or read the storyline information on the back. There's one later where the councilman comes up and it's like, oh, that's the first time we've seen this character in the card collection. But there you go, you can see just really communicates the energy of the film, got lots of the movement captured there, so they've carefully created them. I just think, you know, it was obviously built in a time, the collection was made in a time before we had high definition and obviously some of the computer technology that we've become accustomed to today. That said, I still think it really does capture the incredible quality of animation from the film. Well, there's a good dynamic shot, sort of selling the movement there. And you know, as a teenager who couldn't always sit down for 2 hours and watch the movie again, it was great to just sort of pore over the cards in the binder, seeing them all in a row as a collection, just this kind of stills collection. There's another dynamic shot that tells the story and reminds me of one of my favourite films of all time. Oh, there's it. There, look at that one. That's a brilliant one. My lighting's not so great on this side. It's reflecting a bit on the card. But yeah, look at that for a shot. But yeah, you know, if you've not like that, oh, they're in prison. Suddenly, if you've not seen the film or not read the information on the back, you'd be like, why are they in prison? So yeah, really lovely. Oh, here's the councilman. Really lovely collection of cards. Maybe doesn't quite stand up to 2021 scrutiny and what we've become accustomed to over the years in terms of image quality. Some of them are a bit grainy and a bit shaky, but overall an incredibly good looking collection. If I just kind of keep sharing the little sneaky peek at the cards. Oh, I love that one. There you go. There's a great example of what I was talking about in terms of the energy and the dynamic of the film being captured in the card image choices. Oh yeah, look at that. Brilliant. I love that motorbike. I absolutely love that motorbike. Yeah, so the first 86 cards here, as you can see, all communicating key scenes, key events, key moments through the course of the film. I mean, the film, the quality of the animation, I mean, stands up today. When was it released? In 1987, off the top of my head, 88. But if you were to watch Akira today, you'd have your mind blown. And this is, you know, not even computer animated. This is animation cell, hand painted. Incredible to think of the attention to detail and the absolute mastery of their craft that these animators brought to the film. I just can't even get over it. I'm going to pick up the pace here now because I'm running out of things to say about the cards. That's a good one, isn't it? But wonderful. Oh, there's an example of something. So you might notice as I'm going through, some of the cards that take place during darker scenes within the film haven't translated very well into images for the cards. But we're going right up to the end of the movie there. I don't think I'm spoiling it for anybody by showing these cards without the storyline. But again, just to reiterate, you see from the back of the cards there, all numbered. Oh, I'm out of sequence. Hang on. Oh no, I've gone out of sequence. How many times have I done that and not noticed? 83, there we go. 84, 85, and then finally, I am Tetsuo. Now, the second section from the set, which was only 6 cards long, was called Scenes from Neo-Tokyo and was numbered 87 through to 92. And as that title would suggest, this section was all about scenes from Neo-Tokyo, which, the city setting for the movie, which was almost a character in its own right and just incredibly well animated. Now, I think this section is possibly one of the more shaky sections of the card collection. Certainly, again, to be clear, looking at it with 2021 eyes, because some of these just most incredible scenes, so well artistically created on screen and not quite leaping off the cards as well as we've come to expect in today's high definition standard and the type of trading cards that we're getting today. But back then, they were just incredible, and it's certainly a section of the card collection that one would consider getting like a 3x3. No, that wouldn't work. A 2x3 6-card mounted frame to pop them on, because they do look at that. They do look eye-catching. They've definitely got presence, even if they're not quite as popping as a full high definition kind of screen print would give you. Or even if upon closer inspection they do seem a bit grainy. But yeah, there was section 2, scenes from Neo-Tokyo. The back 8 cards of the 100 card core set are all character profiles, although what you'll see from the other side, from the kind of the back side of the cards, they're referred to as data files and production portfolios, even though they're all character profiles. So we have Kaneda here, our main protagonist, and there's his data file on the other side. We've got Tetsuo with the data file on the other side. We have Kei here with her data file on the other side, and the Colonel with a data file also. But then when we get into Kaori, you'll see that it is a production portfolio image from an original animation cell when the movie was made. Same again with the gang, Kaneda's motorcycle gang, another production cell image there. The Espers, another production cell image there. And of course, Akira himself with a production image. So yeah, the back 8 are all character cards, but labelled up differently. Okay, so now moving into all the kind of ancillary cards that came with the collection. There were chase cards, there were promo cards, there was preview cards, there were chrome cards, all sorts of additional exciting extras that came with the set. And the first we're going to take a look at is this 9-card preview set that was released at the time of the Akira Trading Card set going to market. They were in a little sealed bundle. I got mine, I think it was included in a magazine, when back in the days when they used to seal magazines and throw a load of freebies in, like a Manga UK or something. I can't remember the specific title, but these are card images, just kind of showing off the quality of the card, showing off the quality of the card images that are included in the set. There, for example, is that classic Akira explosion scene, and you can see on the back there, if I turn it over, it's numbered somewhere in here. There you go, preview number 1. Now, what I will argue is that I think the card images on this preview card set are, in some instances, better than the quality of some of the cards you get in the Core 100 set, which I can only assume was just an effort to put the best foot forward with the free marketing material, so that folks like me, who ended up with one with free with a magazine, would go, ooh, that's a collection I might like to own. So as you can see, I think some of the image choices are really crisp, really sharp, still replicating. There's a great example of them replicating that kind of philosophy of like capturing the energy and the dynamic and the action that's taking place in the movie. Here's another great example of that there. But some of these are sort of key moments, like that one there, for example, in the street chase scene, that you would think could be included in the core set. And that's a much better image to communicate that part of the story than the one they chose in the Core 100. But who am I to comment? Who am I to judge? Now, I ended up with quite a few of these. In fact, I've got 3 or 4 in my binder right now because I just accrued them. I got them free of the magazine, and then there was a local comic book shop owner who, when I bought a number of boosters, also slung me one, and then a friend got one and he handed me his, and so on and so forth. So I've accrued quite a few of these, and I think they're relatively easy to get hold of if you take a look on eBay and stuff. But yeah, the preview card set, 9 cards, included free as a piece of marketing at the time of release. Okay, next on my little show and tell is this 3-card set that's listed as promo cards. And once again, like the 9-card set, these are particularly crisp and lovely looking images, and perhaps a little bit of a higher standard than the ones that actually came in the Core 100, but I'll let you judge for yourselves. There with promo 1, Oh no, that's called just promo, that one. Possibly the most iconic image from the Akira movie, the motorcycle drift that Kaneda does during that first highway gang battle there. Here we have a picture of Kai. He's crying. I can't remember when that happens, towards the back end of the film. And then another shot of Kaneda on the motorbike, again, towards the finale of the movie. So really crisp. As you can see on the back, it's the same card image on all three, but they're called Promo, Promo 1 and Promo 2 there. Upon reflection, I'm wondering if maybe these were the cards that came with the magazine, the 3-card set and not the 9-card set. I've just jumped onto done a little bit of internet research in the hope of finding out, and I can't find the answer anywhere. So if you do know, if you've got a better recollection than I, then please do drop in the comments and enlighten me, because I'm not sure whether the 3-card set came with the magazine or the 9-card set. Either way, there's one of the two that I can't remember how I got my hands on them, but I've got multiples of both, so they must have been readily available back at the time. But there you go, and I'm sure you'll agree that compared to some of the cards we've seen in the core set, these are a little bit tighter, a little bit crisper in terms of the image quality, which is probably another example, as I said, of them putting best foot forward around the marketing for collectors. All right, then, now let's talk about the shinies. And on the any official card list that I've ever managed to get my hands on over the years, it's listed 2 Akira Prism cards. And I was falsely under the impression that I had both Prism cards, and let me show you as for why. We have this Prism card here. It's, again, the Kaneda motorcycle like drift sliding maneuver with a kind of wide, larger prism pattern. And then I have this one, same card image, same card back, with the marketing material on it, but with this smaller, tighter prism pattern on it. And so I was falsely under the impression that I had both the Prism cards and that these were the listed Prism cards. And that one was the Prism card that was included in the chase element, where there was like one in every 200 packs, and one was the Prism card that was included as a promotional card. I think it came with the 9-card promo set, preview set. However, that is not the case, and years later I discovered that there is an extremely hard to find, extremely rare second Prism card that features the motorbike with Tetsuo and Kaori on it. And I've hunted high and low. I cannot get my hands on one. I came across one once on a very obscure, suspicious-looking auction site, and it was literally going for like 400 quid or something ridiculous. And doing a bit of internet research prior to making this video, I found one image of said card online, and here it is now. I'll pop it up on screen. So yeah, that is my white whale, folks. I said I was going to mention my white whale. It's the card that is leaving my Akira trading card set incomplete. And if there's anyone out there eager to either gift me the card or gift me the $400 to buy it, then I will gratefully receive said gift. But there you go. There's the Prism cards. I mean, they look lovely. I think I lean a little bit more towards the wider kind of prismatic pattern there. Again, if anyone's got any explanation or can recall from back in the day, has got a better memory than I of the 90s, why there's 2 different prismatic patterns there, then please do drop into the comments and let me know, because I'd love to understand why I've got those 2 different patterns there. But yeah, the prismatic cards, 2 listed on the card list. I thought I had both, but in fact, I don't. Last but by no means least, we have the 3-card Chase Chromiums. These appeared in one in every, I think it was 18 or 20 packs, if memory serves me correctly. And these were 3 cards that appeared randomly with the card image sporting the lovely, shiny chromium foiling effect over them. So here's the first one. We have Kaneda, lovely shot of Kaneda on the classic motorcycle there, clearly a big feature of the set. I love the green, the kind of green cloudy background really gives the chromium card something just something else. We then have this shot of Tetsuo here. This is in the movie just before the big satellite laser beam gives him a thwack. And then finally we got big bulbous morphing blob Tetsuo as his powers overcome him towards the end of the movie. Now, back in the day when I was like legitimately on the chase buying booster packs over the counter, I only ever managed to get my hands on one of these through the random distribution. That's this one. So I've got 2 of the shiny Canada ones in my collection, but years later, because I've revisited this card set many times in an effort to complete it, I managed to find someone selling a complete set of 3 on eBay, which is why I've ended up with a second of this one. But yeah, these were really lovely looking. You can't tell, but to feel, they've got a great feel to them, really premium quality, and just really so proud when I managed to get the final 2 that was missing from my collection and finish off the set. It was just like the little bit on the top, the cherry on the top. So there you go. There's the Chromium 3. And to reiterate, they were available 1 in every 18, I want to say, maybe 20, 1 in every 18 packs over the counter. Now then, in addition to that one Prism card, the Tetsuo Kaori one that I showed you the photo of earlier on that I'm missing from my set, there is in fact 3 other cards, I believe, that I'm short, making a grand total of 4 cards shy of a complete set. These 3 cards, though, are interesting. They're super curious because I have never, ever seen a photo of these 3 cards. I've certainly never seen one in person, at trade fairs and such like, or at conventions. So I don't know what they look like or what they actually include. Over the years, I've seen a number of card lists that include these as part of the collection. I've seen them listed as original artwork. I've seen them listed as animation film cell cards. And I've also seen on card lists a one that just says Katsuhiro Otomo, which is the name of the creator of Akira. And I've got no living idea what that may or may not be. Who knows? The 3 cards that exist as part of this collection that I've got no living idea, no concept as to what they look like, what they might include. Now, one of them I think was a mail-in customer reward thing that was a North America exclusive, so it never kind of hit my radar here in the UK. One was for a competition. I believe this is, I'm using the terminology believe a lot because this is all based on rumour and speculation that I've picked up from forums and trading card Reddit pages and stuff over the years. So it was a competition and there was only 50 ever awarded as part of this contest. And that third one that's listed as Katsuhiro Otomo, clueless, no idea at all. So once again, another shout out on the video. If you are in the know, then please do jump into the comments down below and enlighten me. I'd love to know what the Katsuhiro Otomo one is about. And my dream, you wouldn't believe how excited I'd be if you could just arrange a photograph of the other 2 so I could see what they are and what they're included. If they're original animated film cells, then, we've seen them in other sets before where they're trading cards size mounts with the film's cell included within it, but I don't know. Again, to use the phrase again, it's all rumour and speculation. And believe me, I look at least 2 or 3 times a year and have done for decades trying to get to the bottom of what those 3 cards are. So there we go. So a near complete set shown and told today. Missing that one Prism card, which I managed to get a photo of, but the other 3 clueless about. Folks, if you've enjoyed what I've done here today, then please do take a moment, go down below, all the stuff to do, hit the buttons and things. It takes you just a second, but it means ever so much to me, and it helps me know and understand that the content is the type of stuff that people enjoy watching and me producing. Equal to that, if you're a regular viewer around these parts, let me know if more trading card stuff is something you'd like to see on the channel. I've had quite a big focus for a period of time on action figures lately, so quite happy to throw a little bit more diversity in there. I've got some comic book stuff on the way. But all that said, I've been Chris from Mod Extra Games and Collectibles. Thank you so very much for coming and watching my video today, and I'll see you, hopefully, again soon. Ta-ra now.